Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jade with yesYesYes, and this is Moon Magic. So I'm going to talk about the full moon that's coming up. And this full moon is in Libra, and it's the fifth full moon at the 0 degree point, which is the starting blocks, right? So we're being prompted because full moons are about the culminating, right? It's about the doing, the action that needs to take place. So what we're at a place now where we're ready to take the act and move forward because we've had time. We've had 5 months of, is this the way? Is this the way? And is that the right way? And just trying out different roles, different parts of ourselves to just kind of feel out if that feels right, if this is the right kind of person I want to be. And so now it's time to act. I think that we've had enough practice, and that's what it is. We had a lot of practice, and so now it's time for us to act, to move forward. So Libra is the sign, the seventh house sign, and that is the sign of relationship. So it's the relationship that we have with others, and it's also the relationship that others have with us, how we reflect. So, and depending on where it falls in your chart, I'm always looking at the ascendant, the rising sign, to see where it falls in the chart, because that's what's going to be activated. So check that out. Check out your astrology chart, the circle, the pie, to see where Libra falls in your chart, and then you'll know how this full moon really affects you. But generally, I'm going to be speaking about it in terms of it being in the seventh house, and the seventh house of relationships and of partnerships and of balance. So I'm going to be looking at what roles we might take moving forward, because we just came from, setting intentions with the last new moon. And we set the intentions perhaps with knowing that those intentions might come to fruition now, but also knowing that we're setting ourselves up for future endeavors, right? That's what's really going on, is that we're setting ourselves up to be and to up-level ourselves, to be totally new humans, to do things in a different way. So this is the final full moon in this degree, which means that we've got it all together. We have had the time and the practice, and now it's time to act. The full moon is urging us to look at, right? It also is revealing the last bits of what's been hiding, and it's urging us to act, to move forward from that place of clarity and of truth. And it's interesting because we have a bit of a challenge with the Mercury retrograde, in that we may not be able to know exactly the truth. It still may be a little cloudy. We may not know exactly how to express our truth because communications are a little funky. But I feel like that's, this is the final push forward. So this is the push forward in our reflective mode. And then once we fully reflect, then we're able to jet forward, and we're going to be, full steam ahead in what's coming up in excuse me, in April. So March is still some reflection, but it is, this reflection is what has been building up. It's bringing up, all of this potential energy, all of this impetus to do and do and do, and we're feeling it now more than ever, right? It's been building. Okay, so we have some of these archetypes that I want to talk about, these roles that we're bringing forward. Okay, and this one's a really interesting one, the saboteur. This is the Carolyn Meese Archetypes deck. The saboteur highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So checking yourself, making sure that you are not sabotaging your growth, making sure that you are moving forward fearlessly. You're making choices from a place that is from your highest self and your highest good. The vision that you have for yourself, of yourself, that's where we are acting from. Okay, it's the doing from the place that you want to get to. That's, you know, the fake it till you make it. You have to pretend that life is the way that you want it to be, and then act as if in order to bring that in. So check that that you're not self-sabotaging, and that you're able to move through that fear of being so big. Okay? We have the storyteller. So this storyteller energy, very interesting. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So once Mercury goes direct and the retrograde's done, right? I really feel like the truth is coming out. Everybody's going to be spilling their guts. We're going to talk about, you know, the things that have blown our wigs off for the last few months, because all of a sudden Mercury's going to release what's been holding back our truth, what's been holding back our words, so that we can be clear and we can communicate what's been going on for us. Because I think we're just kind of lost in our minds trying to figure it all out right now. Maybe even lost in our hearts trying to feel it all out right now. And so being able to put the words to it is coming forward, and it's going to be really poetic is what it sounds like if we're calling in our storyteller. So you can tell your story in a way where you're writing it as you're telling it, but also releasing it as you're telling it. And I think that's the important thing, is that we have to release whatever stories we have written for ourselves thus far, and moving into a place that is free from those boundaries of chapters and book bindings and all of that. Okay, and then finally we have the damsel. So what's interesting to me is that I started this reading and then I had some glitches, so I had to start over, and the damsel came up in that first reading. So it's definitely what's going on right now. So the damsel is understanding the nature of healthy romance and inspiring you to rely upon yourself. This speaks directly to that full moon in Libra, in that it's really not about who we're in relationship with, regardless if it's friends or family or co-workers or whatever, or intimate, of course. But what can we give to ourselves, not relying upon anyone else to give anything to us? What love can we give to ourselves? What understanding and compassion can we give to ourselves? Not relying on anyone else to give us what we need. So I think right now we're going through the deciding on what we really need. What is it that fills us up with joy, that is, you know, fills the coffers so that we have all the energy to give to the world? Well, that's what we need, is the things that give us the energy to give more energy to others. The being able to be a part of this cycle where it's not about scarcity and running out, it's about always overflowing. You know, there's more energy that comes in so that you can have more energy to give out. And I think this damsel energy, it's about sensuality, it's about feeling the beauty, the suppleness of your nature beyond any kind of relationship with anyone else. So that's pretty juicy. I like that, very much so. So this full moon, I don't set intentions on the full moon. What I do is I give gratitudes. So I think that's important to think about too, is it's, you know, this is time to give gratitudes for what has manifested, regardless if I asked for it or not, but to actually look at the truth of what things are, because that's what the new moon, or excuse me, the full moon is doing, is bringing light to things as they are, as they truly, truly are. So giving gratitude for the things that truly are, and what they have become, is going to bring us the power that we need to move forward in this beautiful new moon. I keep saying new moon. I guess I'm ready for the new moon already. Beautiful full moon in Libra. Okay, so now I'm going to pull, these are from the Work Your Light deck. So let's see, we have a pillar of light. This is the Work Your Light. It's like the pastel-y of pastel decks. I've never seen a deck so pastel-y. So the pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Okay, so here we are. We're raising our vibrations. It's about to explode. Things are about to blow. That's what's happening. So we have been building, we've been reflecting, we've been building and then reflecting, trying on new things, trying on the roles, checking them out, looking at things, looking at mirrors, doing all of this runaround without actually feeling like we're fully embodied and moving forward. But this is where we're at. We are moving forward in this. We are the light. We are the oracle, right? You are the oracle. It's time. What was the vibration is rising. It's time to even feel the vibration that you've been building, okay? So in doing that, I would encourage you to just take a couple deep breaths. And just feel what it feels like to be on this earth. Feel what it feels like to be connected to the earth and to the sky, because we are. And that is the vibration that we're living in. It's the pulse of Mother Earth. And it's the white noise, that high vibration of Father Sky. Both of those beats are within us. That's our vibration. That's natural. And when we're not grounded, we don't feel them. We don't act from those places. We don't allow that to move us. We don't sync up with it. And just taking a couple of deep breaths and reconnecting, grounding down, walking around on grass. That is such a great connection. Even getting into the water, like the oceans, such a great connection. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have transformations coming up. Yes, absolutely transformations coming up. Things are changing at a cellular level. There is deep healing here. Deep healing. That's what we've been working on. And it's feeling like this is a long time coming. It's been a long, long time coming. But I know change gonna come. So we've been starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And now it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to move forward. So what do you really want? Who do you really want to be? How do you want your life to look like? Did that make sense? Did I ask that right? How do you want your life to look? And then go for it. Very simply. This is going to be totally new, totally different than it's been before. That's been the holdup, is that, is it okay to change your life this drastically? Of course. Yeah. You're taking care of you, and in doing that, others, and when it's in alignment, they come with you. It's not like you're leaving anyone behind who's not going to also be right and perfect on your journey. It's okay to change the way in which you functioned in life so that it's healthier for you. Absolutely. I will advocate for you. I will. Let's see, unbound. Time to be unbound. So in this full moon, we are to release and unbind ourselves, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So interesting, because we have a lot of binds that we don't realize, a lot of cords that stay with us. And sometimes we're born into them, like sometimes we're born with that karma that we brought in from a past life, I believe. And if we continue to be blind and just keep operating from that past karma, then we're not learning the lesson. We really have to reflect upon it in order to make that change, which I think is what's really going on these days, is that we're realizing, oh, this isn't my stuff. This is something that I brought with me, and I can sew this up and leave it behind and live a different life. The other thing is that sometimes we're born into karma, like from our families. Sometimes it's, we pick up on things. We pick up gunk in childhood. There's so much stuff that gets picked up in childhood. And again, this is our time to look at it and say, look, this is not my story. This is not who I am. I'm going to leave that behind so that I can be who I am, be what I want to be. And that's where we're going right now, is that we're We're really opening up and looking, having, without the fear, without, the fear of sabotaging ourselves, looking deeply within and letting it go. This doesn't serve me. This is not my circus, not my monkeys. This is not my bag of tricks or the baggage that I want, any of that. That's beautiful. So I want to get a couple of tarot cards just to see what is coming for us. What is coming for us? Sounds like we don't have the any part of that. Well, that's not what I mean. I feel like we have all kinds of control, all kinds of say in what's happening. So let me ask the question: what energy are we taking on in order to live our dreams, be in our highest sense of self? The Ace of Wands. So new passion, new excitement, new action, moving forward. Absolutely. This is about looking at the fire that burns within, right? This is a passion project, and you are the project, right? So everybody has a passion project. We talk about that in terms of it being outside of ourselves. But look at yourself as your passion project. Look at what you have within to let out in the world, and that should be the passion that's ignited, that wand that opens up to the world. This new, exciting first step is going to be a little shaky, but it's on your path. This path feels more like home. It's something that you would recognize more so than what you have been in the past, more so than those roles and those stories that you've been dealing with. Oh my gosh, Two of Cups. What? Jade, did you just pull that card? I sure did. I pulled this card. Two of Cups. So again, we're talking full moon in Libra. We're talking about relationships and relating with others, and this, I love this card in this deck because it's two kitties looking at each other square in the face, and look at how much they mirror each other. This is what it's about. It's about mirroring each other for each other. So once we have the passion project of ourselves we work towards, then what shows up? Of course, someone that we can mirror that with, we can keep propelling forward together, right? This is that power couple who are able to do the deep work, who are willing to do the deep work and to help each other as well as their friends, their family, their community continue to move forward. This is you. This is you. You are giving to yourself, and then it's overflowing to another. It's beautiful work that's being done right now, and it's time. It's absolutely time. I feel like there's been a lot of relationships that have started with great hope and then kind of fallen apart. And that leaves people wondering if all of this work that they've been doing is really doing anything. And the truth is, it feels disheartening, but it's because we've been preparing for that Two of Cups, that connection. We've been preparing ourselves and going deeper and working even more, uncovering even more than we thought more surrender than we thought would ever needed to be surrendered. Digging and digging so that we can be fully present with another, fully able to mirror without any kind of bias, any kind of subjugation, any kind of passive aggressiveness, like in real clarity, in the hopes of being love, being one's best self, and also seeing the other person's best self. Seven of Cups. This is a card, it could be a card of illusions, right? But we also want to make sure that we're looking at all of the possibilities in front of us. And that can be overwhelming. And we could be in dreamland, right? We could be talking about and feeling about and sensing all of these different possibilities, but really none of them are going to feel right until we get right with ourselves. We really need to look deeply within at what's being revealed in this full moon, this full magical moon. I just dropped a card. This full magical moon, to see what part of us is going to show up, what true part of us is going to show up, because everything else is going to fall away. All that illusion is going to fall away. It will. No joke. 10 of Pentacles. The happy life, happy wife, happy family, all of that kind of stuff. We want to feel this security. And I feel like we're building it. We're getting there. We're getting to this place of being able to give ourselves this security, so that that other person and that Two of Cups energy can just step right in. Doesn't matter if they build it with me or not. I can build this on my own. Page of Wands. Feeling like this might be the last one. So this is that action again. So it's time to take action. We've established that, but it's going to be a little bit, okay? I might have even said that with a new moon. We're going to take a little bit of an action, a small Page of Wands bit. Let me pull up all these cards. There, okay. So we've moved from here to there. We're taking this little bit of action because Mercury is still in retrograde. Okay, so keep that in mind, that I don't want it to feel like a false start, because I think that we're ready to move forward. It's just that we're not ready to reveal it all. So just take a small step. Just be a Page of Wands. You don't have to be the king. It's okay. Nobody's judging you but you, okay? So the page is here to remind us that we do need to get going. There is a little bit of action that needs to be taken right now. And that's from the true centered core part of ourselves that is, who we truly are, is dying to be known and dying to move forward. So let's make space for a little movement forward for this new moon. And what that might look like is, if your part of you wants to write a book, to sit down and start compiling the things that you want to talk about, like the outline, maybe making the outline. So again, it's not committing to the full project, it's just doing a little bit on it. If you are feeling like you want to move in a more physical career, like physical therapy or physical training, what would that be? Personal training, that's what I mean. Then the little action towards that would be you taking that action for yourself. So going to the gym and adding a new health routine, or healing yourself of an old injury, or working towards it. Okay, just taking a little action, because the thing is that we're overcorrecting still. We've swung one way to go the other way. This of course started in the fall. We went one way to go another way. So we're overcorrecting and slowly kind of balancing in to that centered point. And remember, Libra's balance, okay? So we have our first try now to take a little step from that balanced place, and then next month, with the next full moon, that will be the full launch. This is really exciting times. I really hope you feel it. Thank you for being here with me. It's so nice to be seen and loved, just like I hope that you feel from me to you. So I'm wishing you all a happy full moon, and I will see you all soon.